Hello friends and family of YouTube. Today I want to talk to you about saving thousands of dollars buying your new camper. So y'all stick with me today and I will show you some tips, tricks, best ways to save you some money. So here I am in my camper that I bought back in 2013. And when I was camper shopping, what I noticed was there was a lot of similarities between A, B, C, and D camper that I was looking at. Whether I was looking at a Coleman or a Avenger, it didn't matter which brand, they were all very similar in certain ways. Now, I had a few things that I had to have for me. I needed one with a good head height. At the time that I was looking at campers, a lot of the smaller campers had a very low ceiling height, and with me being 6'1", I did not want to feel crammed in. So that was very important to me, but I did like a particular layout. What I did notice was there was about 7 companies making that exact same layout. And when I got inside the camper, I noticed they all had the same refrigerator. It was all made by the same company, Dometic. They all basically had the same sink and the same toilet, many of the things that I would be using in the camper. The one thing that I did notice that kind of swapped around was some of the campers had an air conditioner in the roof, and some had the camper with the air conditioner built into the side of the unit. And I did some research and found out you do not want a camper with a air conditioner built into the sidewall. That's for a whole another video. But anyway, as I got to researching, I discovered that there was not only no difference inside of the camper, there was a little bit of difference in how much water I could carry, the holding tank, but there was a huge difference in the price. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. So what I have done is I have taken 2 floor plan models that I want to talk about today. And both of these are extremely common that you will find when you go to a dealership. And so I want to talk to you about these, and I will tell you the prices that I found myself online about these. The Lite 21 FBRS, very popular model. I have a video on that particular model, and I think that video has got about 400,000 views. That's how popular it is. Now, a lot of my videos don't even reach 1,000, so that particular one is very sought after. Anyway, the Lite 21 FBRS, I found that for $26,000 online within about probably 2 minutes of research. So I found it for $26,000. Now I'm going to show you the picture of the layout and let you look at it. And while that picture is still fresh in your mind, I want to show you a layout very similar, and I will show you those back to back. This is the Avenger 21 RBS. And again, here is the Lite 21 FBRS. Now, this particular one that I'm going to talk about now that is very similar is the 21 RBS by Avenger. Now, if you notice, there is a very similar floor plan to the Lite 21 FBRS. Really no difference between the floor plan. So the price is $7,000 difference. I want you to really think about that. You are getting this camper that I just showed you $19,000 versus $26,000. And I found that price within a matter of 2 to 3 minutes, just basic research. I didn't call up the dealership and say, hey, what's the lowest you'll take, or any of that stuff. There's plenty of other good things you can do to get the price down. And at the end of this video, I have another video telling you how to get a good good deal on a camper. And so I'm going to try not to repeat the same stuff on this video that I do on the other one. So both of these videos will help you. So I looked at another camper online that's very similar. It's the 22 RBS, and this is by Tracer. Okay, so the Tracer, that one I found within a minute or two for $22,000. So again, you have $26,000, you have $19,000, or $22,000. I found all of those prices within a matter of just a couple of minutes. So if you have the same layout, and that's pretty much what you're after, because nobody really looks at a lot of campers and go, I really love the outside of that particular camper. That outside is what we're buying it for. I really doubt that's what's going on in your mind. Basically, it's the layout of that particular camper, and that's what's got you sold on it. So the reason I want to point this out is not only can you save a lot of money by going with a camper that you do not really know the name of. Like Lite by Flagstaff is a very popular name and a lot of people know it. But Tracer is not as common, and neither is Avenger. Both of those names are not names that you hear a lot in the RV industry. And there are companies that are even less heard of that you can save even more of. But that's for you to do the research. Go around different dealerships. Go within 100 miles of your home looking at different dealerships. If you will take that time, look what I found in just a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. I found savings as far as $7,000 just for that particular layout. Okay, I have another one that I want to show you. This is a bunkhouse layout. Now look how similar these are, and you are going to be shocked at the price difference between this particular layout. And now you will notice that we have 3 companies with basically the same layout. You got a large bed at the front end of the camper. You have a dinette or sofa in the slide out, and you have a bunks stacked over each other in the rear of the camper. Okay, so the Microlite is 25BRDS. That's the model number of it. I found that one at $29,000. Okay, the 2306 BHS is a Winnebago. I found it for $29,000 to $40,000. That one had a wide variation in price. The Avenger 26 BBS, $20,000. That is a savings of $9,000. The Avenger 24 BHS had a price of $22,000. So you're looking at a $7,000 difference. The Tracer is a 24 DBS, and I found that one for $24,000. And again, those prices went anywhere from $22,000 all the way up to $40,000. Now, I found these prices just within a couple of minutes. I'm sure that if I would have done lengthy research, I could have found them even lower. I could have made phone calls, etc. But my point is, these are just the prices I found basically based on changing from one model brand name to the other. I'm not saying that I found anything miraculous here. I'm just basically telling you, don't try to stick with just looking at that particular name brand. If you were looking at a Microlite or a Winnebago or a Salem or man, there's so many brands out there. If you're looking at one of those name brands that's been around a long time, more than likely you can find a brand that is less heard of, and you're going to get it for a lot less money. It's going to have the same features inside of it. Now, you may not have some of the color scheme and that sort of thing going on inside, but if you save $9,000 and you're talking about a camper, something you might get in 3 times a year, you can save $9,000. Think of the renovations you can do inside of that thing, even though it's brand new. If you don't like the colors inside of it or whatever you want to add to it, $9,000 is a lot of money. And like I said, that price swing all the way from $20,000 all the way up to $40,000. So you are really looking at, you could have fell for a trick of spending $20,000 more than you needed to end up with something that had the exact same layout. And one more thing to think about, if you are going to buy a brand new camper, you're going to have full coverage insurance. Do you want to have full coverage insurance on a camper that cost you $20,000 or one that cost you $40,000? Now, I'm not trying to tell you to stay away from these particular brands. I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with them or anything better about some of these less known name brands. But I will tell you that this less known name brand that I have been dragging behind my van for the past 8+ years now, I have put many miles on this thing. I have no regrets. I've never found myself thinking, gee, I wished I would have spent another $4,000 for that name brand, because I plan on keeping this camper. I take care of it every year. I do all my regular maintenance to it, and I plan on keeping this. So to me, I feel good that I did not overspend on my camper. And to be honest with you, if you go to most dealerships and you look for that name brand, you're not going to find it right now because they're all sold out. Here in early 2021, there is a very, very tough inventory control issue going on. It's really hard for most dealerships to keep inventory. And with that being said, a lot of dealerships are able to ask whatever price they want to ask. But if you are looking at a less known name brand, you are going to be able to get a lot more bargaining power. Now, one more thing I want to remind you of, these things are all built basically by the same standards. You're not going to find that one is able to go down the road at 80 miles per hour and the other one is only rated to go at 70 miles per hour. These things are all set up the same way. No billion-dollar company wants to put their product out on the road that's going to be unsafe. They're all going to be built by the same standards. They may have some different exterior type material, or there may be something inside of it that is a little bit different from the others. But for the most part, people, all of these things are made very cheap. In a lot of ways, these things are all junk. But in a lot of ways, these things are all great. To have something you can pull down the road at 70, 75 miles per hour, you have basically 70 mile per hour wind beating the daylights out of this thing as you're going down the road thousands of miles. And there is hardly any suspension on these things. They're bouncing up and down the road. They're all built very well. Many people will tell you they are junk. Yes, they are junk. The roofing material on these things is horrible. Every particular company you look at, every company, if you go out and buy a $40,000 camper, you're going to have the same junky roof on it that I will have on one that I bought for $20,000. So keep that in mind. These things are all equal to each other. I've rambled on long enough. And again, I want to remind you at the end of this video, there is a link showing you to go to another video, and that will tell you some more tips and tricks and secrets on getting the best value for your money. Folks, I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. I hope y'all have a great one, and I hope to see y'all again real soon. Save y'all some money, hit like and subscribe and all that great stuff, and leave me some comments on the particular model you've been looking for. Love to hear from you. Hope to see y'all soon. Bye-bye.